Hello, lovelies. It's your girl Tessie of Tess Tales. I have a pack of interesting and insightful moments prepared for you all. You will definitely love to enjoy my channel with your friends, kids, and family, as this channel is placed on PG. As you watch, please remember to subscribe and click the like button to encourage me and improve my channel's visibility. Thank you. The sun slipped behind the hills, casting the land in shadow. But Oloye stood his ground, not knowing that danger lurked closer with every passing hour. Musa, the goat herder, wiped sweat off his brow. He had spent the whole evening dragging his goats back to the pen, but Oloye, his strongest and most prized goat, refused to cooperate. No amount of pulling, prodding, begging, or cursing made the goat budge. Do what you please, stubborn animal, Musa grumbled, releasing the rope. Hunger will bring you home soon enough. He turned and headed back to the village, leaving the goats alone in the darkening field. As he marched on with the other goats, he thought he heard whistles of grasses behind him. Hmm, he follows after all, he murmured, refusing to look back, so Oloye won't feel too important. The goat's attitude is driving him nuts, he thought to himself. He only realized Oloye didn't follow him as he earlier thought, when his beautiful wife welcomed him home with a warm greeting while asking, "Looks like Oloye has played his game of stubborn fool again." He narrated his ordeal and concluded, "I am certain he would come back sooner or later." Back at the field, Oloye didn't follow his master. He stayed back, nibbling on grass even as night fell. The village are buzzed with distant drums and chatter, yet the goat remained exactly where Musa had given up on him. Then danger came. Two young men, Tajo and Adamu, were passing by on their way home from a drinking spot. When they saw Oloye standing alone, they exchanged glances, an unspoken plan forming in their shared silence. "That goat belongs to Musa," Tajo whispered, his eyes gleaming with mischief. "What's it doing here all by itself? I hear Bala's paying good money for goats these days." Musa replied with a sly smile. "It's just standing there, doesn't look like it is cared for." With a quick nod, the two friends seized Oloye. Tajo grabbed the rope and Adamu smacked the goat's flank to get it moving. Oloye, still as stubborn as ever, resisted at first, but the two men were persistent. Pulling, dragging, and coercing, they finally hauled Oloye down the road to Bala's butchery under the cover of the night. The next morning, the butcher grinned from ear to ear as Taju and Adamu arrived at his shop with Oloye in tow. Now this is a fine animal," Bala said, inspecting the goat's sturdy frame. "I will give you a good price." They haggled and negotiated for a while. Everything the butcher said ended up being fair to the men. Eventually, the butcher handed them a wad of naira notes. Taju counted the money, smiling greedily. This would do. Adamu, however, frowned when Taju kept a larger portion for himself. Uh-uh, that's not fair now, Adamu protested. "It was my idea to take the goat in the first place." Taju shrugged nonchalantly. "But I was the one who held the rope and did most of the work, Abi." Adamu's voice grew louder as he expected more better treatment from a friend. "If not for me, you wouldn't even have seen that goat." Then argument escalated as the morning sun climbed higher. Passers-by gathered out of curiosity, drew into the noise. Among the growing crowd were some villagers who recognized the goat. "Wait a minute," a woman exclaimed. "Isn't that Musa's goat, Oloye?" Another man echoed. How did these boys get hold of it? In their anger, Wes escaped Adamu's mouth without caution. We found it in the field, but Taju directed us to fetch it here to be sold, Adamu confessed with his voice rising. The crowd stared with outrage. They stole the goat? Someone shouted, and word spread fast. Before long, Musa arrived, breathless and desperate. He pushed his way through the crowd until he stood face to face with Bala, the butcher. Where is my goat, Bala? Musa demanded, his voice sharp with fear. Where is Uloye? Bala's grin slowly faded. Your goat? He asked, glancing nervously at the display of fresh meat. You mean that goat? He pointed to the neatly arranged cuts laid out on his table. Musa's heart sank. As he stared at the meat, his shoulders slumped in defeat. The crowd gasped, some shaking their heads in pity, while others muttered under their breath about the greed and folly that has brought Musa such fate. Musa sighed deeply, realizing there was no use in getting angry. Oloye's stubbornness and the greed of two foolish friends had sealed his fate. Give me the biggest cut of the goat, Musa muttered. My dear wife will find it hard if no part of Oloye gets home. At least he won't go to waste. As Bala packed a fresh pack of the meat together, Musa learned a bitter lesson. Even the strongest head can't always outwit fate. The thieves were beaten up and the money collected, but Musa decided to donate all to the community. So, lovelies, what do you think about this story? Please drop your thoughts and moral lessons